Today, on Be Something Wonderful, dreams can always come true. Here's how. I am your host, Tom Karen, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. I heard from a new subscriber that said, Tom, I'm new to your channel, and I just gotta tell you that really it just feels like my dreams are slipping away. And I love your content, and I've been at this a while, but it just seems like life is just hitting me hard. And I don't know what to do. I was wondering if you could just talk about that. Well, guys, we're going to unpack this today and more. Here's what I want to say. And this is big. It's not that your dreams are slipping away. Reality doesn't move. It's you slipping away from your dreams. Right? When you say life is hitting you hard, it's only hitting you hard because you're hitting it hard. Life will not hit you, and life will only hit you back when you hit it. Right? It's the reality mirror. It really reminds me of a story. When I was in my teens and early 20s, I studied to become a black belt. And when I received my black belt, I was excited. I felt empowered. And then I had my first sparring match, right, with my sensei. And it was just supposed to be fun. We were just going to play. That's what sparring is, right? But then during this sparring match, I hit him hard because I felt cool. I'm a black belt now. Well, then he stopped, he paused and said, "Oh, Mr. Karen, so that's how you want to play." And then went on and beat the pulp out of me. He hit me harder. That's what life will do. You stopped having fun. You place so much importance on all this stuff, even on yourself, that you forgot that it's the game of life. You're here to have fun. When you see life or the world as an adversary and fight with it and hit it hard, and take it too seriously and place too much importance on it, then reality or life or the world will hit you back even harder. Just like my sensei did to me when I hit him. Right? I took it too seriously. I'm placing more importance on myself, right? So have fun with the game of life. Spar with life, right? You're going to spar once in a while. That's okay. But have fun with it. Take it light. You'll get hit. You'll get tapped by life once in a while, but it won't hit you really hard unless you hit it hard. Right? It's just a sparring match. Be playful. Dreams come true when you're passionate, fun, and easy about it. Right? Be humble but powerful. Right? That's how you become the black belt of reality creation. And I'm not kidding you. I know from firsthand experience. So guys, let's unpack this a little bit more. So, whatever you think or believe about anything, you are right. The world is a mirror. That's what it really means. The world won't smile until you do. That's what that really means. That's what a dual mirror means. That's what the reality mirror means, right? Reality agrees with you. Whatever you believe, whatever you say, when you say your dreams are slipping away, reality says, okay, they're slipping away then. Do you hear this, guys? The world changes its mask to accommodate that which you want to see, either consciously or unconsciously. I know you don't consciously want to see your dreams slip away, but unconsciously you're staying in that energy, you're staying in that place, you're staying frozen in that lifeline, in that frame. It's a dead frame, it's over. You're in a new life now, right? In fact, remember, reality, it's not that the alternative reality or the field of impossibilities contains all possible scripts and every possible event or condition that in infinity that you could ever be, do, or have. And those events or those frames are like an address in infinity. So when you remember something, your mind can only remember so much. When you remember something, you're remembering the address of an old frame in infinity. Hear this. And you've got to start saying that, I don't live there anymore. Stop living at that old address, right? You can access any address in infinity. right? You don't have to access those old addresses, those old stories. You don't have to access addresses that don't serve you anymore. You can access addresses that are yet have not happened in your reality. Dreams, your dreams, they exist, and there's an address. So when you're remembering something, it's not stored in the brain. It's stored in infinity. And you're accessing the address to it. And we'll get back to that, right? Your desired reality, your dreams, your greatest wishes are never slipping away from you. Really, reality doesn't move, I'm telling you, right? Rather, it's you slipping away from your dreams, right? But here's the good news. I have good news for you, right? But time and space is an illusion. And you can be that person you've always wanted to be and occupy that reality of life that you've always wanted to live right now. You can remember that address. Remember, remembering is an imaginal act. Whether it's about the past or your imagined reality or future or your desired future, it's an image. And you can move to that image or that address now. That's big. Nothing's lost. I'm telling you. So, the world behaves like a mirror. This really comes from the book Reality Transurfing by Vadim Zeland. I will leave a link below. You're surrounded, but it's not just that you're looking into the mirror. Hear this. You are surrounded by who you are being within. You're surrounded by the world mirror, right? Who you are with and who you are with is being reflected. And who you are, right? Who you are is being reflected out there, and you are part, and in fact, you are that reflection. So you're not only part of the reflection, part of that reality, part of that reflection, you are that reflection. There's no separation, right? That reality mirror surrounds you, right? You're surrounded by who you're being within, and who you are is being reflected out there. And you're not only a part of it, in fact, you are it. Right? The world always agrees with your observation of it, yet avoids giving us a direct answer. Hear this reality transurfing. I love this quote by Vadim Zeland. The world always agrees with our observation of it, and yet avoids giving us a direct answer. That's how the world works. It's not a direct answer, it's the reflection of your image. Right? So it's always you, right? You are the observed and the observer, the creator and the created. You are working with the subtle, unseen, yet infinitely powerful force of the universe, or all that is, of which you are made and from where you come. Right? And so you're always creating. You are that energy. But let's really unpack this a little bit more. Let's take a deep dive today, because I really want you to know that your dreams do come true, can come true, and will come true. Remember that reality is like a dual mirror. On one side is your 3D manifested world that can be perceived by the five senses, right? On the other side is the metaphysical world that is beyond the perception of your five senses, of your 3D five senses. You've got to feel it. You've got to imagine it. You've got to be it to access that, right? Hear that. It's about being, not smelling, tasting, touching. It's about feeling, but it's about being it, right? And it is just as real. This world, this metaphysical world, is just as real, if not more real, than the objective 3D world. It's the world you visit every night when you go to sleep. In the dream world, where do you think those images come from? Those are just as real. Those exist in the alternative space, right? So they're just as real. Where do you think they don't come out of the blue? You create it, but it's already there. Right? And this is you. This is big. Remember, it's not just a dual mirror where you're just standing in front of the mirror, but it actually surrounds you. No matter where you look, you're always seeing or perceiving yourself. I don't care what problem you have with a person, place, or thing, or event, it's always you seeing yourself. This is big, but this gives you control, right? The alternative space or field of infinite possibilities is what lies on the other side of the dual mirror, where all scripts, lifelines, infinite in number, containing all possible events or frames, right, frozen frames, think of them as frames on a film roll, that ever is, was, or ever be, is stored. It's stored in this archive, all the film rolls, with all those frames, with all the events that ever were, is, and will ever be, right? and stored like frames on a film roll, right? The eternity icon. There it is, right? Frames on a film roll, the eternity icon. The illusion of time is the illusion of the film roll with its frozen or still frames moving. That's the illusion of time. Just like a movie, right? No one's really moving. It's the film roll moving through the projector. That's the illusion of time, right? It's these frozen frames of time, of events, giving you the illusion that they're moving. When you are, this is big. This is so big. Pause here, guys. When you are remembering something, you're not accessing an image stored in your mind. Hear this. Your mind doesn't retain all that information, but rather it keeps an address to the information stored in infinity or the eternity of space. Hear that. So remember, when you're in the current frame, you're already in the past. You're already remembering a past address. You don't live there anymore. I really want to hit this, even in your current frame, but you insist on living there. Why do you insist on living on those old addresses, right? You don't live there anymore. You live in the future. You live in your dreams where they come true, right? This is big. So think of this. This is another way to look at those scripts or those realities. Those are your lifelines. They're infinite in number. Here's your current lifeline. That blue represents your current frame, but that's already in the past. Unless you're illuminating your future, unless you're imagining your wish fulfilled, unless you're looking at the end, unless you're living that dream, you're already in the past, right? And think of this as another lifeline, another script that you lived, right? The past, right? But it's virtual. It's virtual because you're in this script now. But when you remember the past, right? When you remember something, even from this current frame, you're moving or remembering a virtual script that's already been written, an undesirable script. That's why I have it in black dotted lines. That's your undesirable script. That's where your dreams don't come true. And that's where, in that current frame, that's where you are. You're in one of these, where your dreams don't come true. A lifeline where your dreams come true. But if you imagine your dreams coming true, if you live in that feeling, in that fulfillment, then, by imagining it here, right? Then you go to a virtual lifeline that's virtual right now, but when you move to it, it becomes real. You move to a lifeline where your dreams are coming true. That becomes your current frame, right? That's a desired lifeline. That's an undesired. They both exist in virtual reality or in the metaphysical space. It's you in your current frame, right? This is big. When you are in the current frame, the blue box, you are already in the past. I really want to hit this, right? So unless you're lighting up your future frame, you are remembering the past. This is big. So you're in this current frame. You think it's the present. And so you're thinking about you're just thinking about dreams don't come true, or what happened at work, or wow, I can't believe this is going on. All of that's the past. The current 3D reality is the past already. So unless you're lighting up your future, you're always in your past. Hear that. Unless you're always thinking about your wish fulfilled, living that wish fulfilled, living your dream, right? What you want, focused on what you want, focused on your desires, then you're remembering the past. You're remembering an address where you don't live there anymore, but you are now. Because when you remember the past, you are living there, but you don't have to live there anymore, right? Here you can only build, this is what Vadim Zeland says and other spiritual teachers, you know this expression. Here, when you're like that, when you're not lighting up your future and you're remembering the past, you can only build a new version of your house, of reality, from old bricks, right? You can build a new house, but with old bricks. So it's just like the old house. Right? But it gives you the illusion that it's a new house. That's what's going on. You can remember, in other words, access an image of any address in infinity at any moment. That old address, you are no longer there if you're living in your wish fulfilled, if you're imagining your dreams, if you focus on your wanted, if you focus on the realities that you do want, right? This is big. So, my dreams are slipping away from me. This is what you said. Again, it's you slipping away from your dreams. That's pretty clear now, isn't it? Right? The dual mirror will reflect the slipping away of your dreams. That's how the dual mirror works. It's you accessing and moving or remembering, moving to or remembering an address in infinity where your dreams don't come true. Hear this. You can remember or imagine anything. Why imagine or remember an address where your dreams don't come true? Right? In any moment, you can access or create or imagine an address or script where your dreams already come true. As you light up that address, you will move to it. Right? As you smile, the world will smile back at you. That's why dreams always come true. That's how. I am your host, Tom Caron, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, like and share our videos. That's how we get our message out. Guys, share our channel. Share the videos on social media. Share it with your friends, your family, strangers, everybody. That's how we grow. And you can hit us up on Facebook at Be Something Wonderful, on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Caron, our website at tomcaron.com, at BeSomethingWonderful.com, or write me anytime at info@BeSomethingWonderful.com. I always love to hear from you. Until next time, with great love, this is Tom. See you soon.